Hi, my name is Muhammad Shafizi. Alright, I will explain about the introduction. Malaysia is the open economy supported by the divide and higher integrated export based in regional and global supply chains. In the past decade, Malaysia Trade Openness Index accept 130.0% of the gross domestic product (GDP). Japan, Chinese, Singapore, and United States and the European Union are Malaysia's largest trading partners. Malaysian export and import are mainly supported by the manufacturing sector, which they dominate by canned food product and agriculture sector. The Japan market is considered one of the largest market in the world, with demand for canned food product continues to increase. Malaysia has got market access for fresh and frozen canned food to Japan. Alright, next is our background target country is Japan or Nihon. The Japan language determines land of the rising sun and is also known as Yomoto. The term Nihon was for the first time by Korean scholar in the earlier 7th century who visited in Japan. The term Nippon was really used during the Meiji era in 1868 and the Taisho era in 1912. In the 1990s, the majority of Japan people consume a lot of canned and frozen food in their daily menu. But nowadays, the demand for canned food such as sardines, vegetables, and fruit is become more popular and increase. Japan is potential market to explore with food product for all over and world, including Malaysia.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, my name is Muhammad Zulkarnain. I'm going to explain about the tariff requirements and rules for the export and import to Malaysia and as well as for the other countries. Okay, for the import and export for Malaysia, we have a trade policy, which is Malaysia is one of the WTO's founding members in 1995. 6 regional free trade agreements, which is the FTA, involve China, Japan, Korea, India, Australia, and also New Zealand. 7 bilateral FTAs are Japan, Pakistan, New Zealand, India, Chile, Australia, and Turkey. Okay, for the regulation, we are involving with the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, which is the MITI. They are the one who's responsible for facilitating trade in Malaysia, involving and cooperate with the Royal Malaysian Custom Department (RMCD), which is responsible for clearance of export, import, and transit related goods. Imports and exports are regulated under the Custom Act 1967. Import and export requirements, which is involve approved permit, which is the AP, before importing and exporting, includes motor vehicle, iron and steel, heavy machineries, and also chemicals. The APs are issued by permit issuing agencies, PIAs, the relevant ministries relating to product being exported or imported. AP application can be made through the electronic permit or e-permit. Okay, the tariff classification for import and export duties is whereby Malaysian adopts the harmonized system HS. All goods imported are liable for GST unless specifically exempt, and all goods are exported are 0 rated for GST. Okay, for the import duties, the applicable rates are dependent on the origin of the goods. Different origin, different rates, and the certificate of origins are needed to be presented. Approximately 3/4 of Malaysian imports are duty free, and with average duty at around 6%. Lower tariff rates are applicable for countries which Malaysia has a FTA in place, and applicable rates can be found through the FTA tariff calculator that has been provided by the MITI. For the export duties, almost all goods have zero export duties, with the exemption of Malaysian main commodities involving crude oil and palm oil. The applicable rates vary with the classification of the goods and range from 0% to 15%, 15.
Assalamualaikum sir. So my name is Muhammad Syakir Asraf bin Muhammad Supian. So for my part, I will present about market strategy, which is 4Ps, and then the best in core terms and payment method. Alright. So for market strategy, 4Ps, for Japan market, we have products, which is the point is identification of opportunity, which is market research and customer research are done to identify the needs of the customers that can cater to its present and acquired resource. Second is design and testing, which is the key consideration regarding product design and testing, customer value proposition, regulation requirement, Japanese skill and resource. The third point is Japan product launch. Alright, so for next is pricing, which is we have value based pricing, market penetration pricing, and good value pricing. For the place, we have channel design, and then for the channel design is direct distribution system, which is putting its own direct distribution channel and reaching directly. Second point is channel management. Alright, so for the last one is promotion, which is we have promotion mix in advertising, sales, promotion, personally selling, public relation, and direct marketing. So for the best in core terms to be used in Japan market, we have free carrier, delivered at place, delivered duty paid, free alongside ship, free on board, and ex-works and cost of freight. So for the payment method in Japan, we provide some better payment method, which is we use PayPay, Apple Pay, Line Pay, and Dibarai. So basically for the payment method, is really easy for the customer to pay any of the kind of product, and is will be offline and offline. So that's all from my part. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Angelina, and I'll be explaining about other export-related issue or aspect, starting with exchange rate. The exchange rate between a nation currency and other currencies may fluctuate as a result of changes in its balance of payments. One of the 63 nations that uses a floating exchange rate system in Malaysia, which naturally leaves our currency vulnerable to fluctuate on the global financial markets. An exchange rate regime known as a floating exchange rate allows a currency value to be set exclusively by supply and demand in the foreign exchange market. The Japanese economy has been subjected to significant changes in foreign currency rates ever since the establishment of a floating exchange rate system in February 1973. Japanese businesses often manage their currency risk using both operational and financial control. Next, I'll be talking about shipping. In most nations, you must complete a one-time registration process before exporting products or services. The Company Commission of Malaysia must first receive merchants' registration before allowing them to import or export items that need licenses. In Japan, they imposes various limitations and outright prohibition on specific commodities, much like any other country. Additionally, you must ensure that your package contains the appropriate paperwork, which is automatically included when you make a reservation. Here's why. In order to properly assess taxes and fees, and to check if any of your things are prohibited or subject to entry restriction, the local custom office needs to know what is contained in your package. This is why it's crucial that you fill out the booking form completely and truthfully. Next, I'll be talking about insurance. Trade insurance protects against risks related to a company's export, import, investment abroad, and international business dealings, such as overseas financing agreements. Okay, so for the past 10 years, Atradius has offered its local partners in Malaysia technical knowledge in trade credit insurance. Atradius worked with Malaysia to minimize risk while maximizing domestic and internationally trading possibilities. For Japan, general trade insurance and product-specific or association member-specific comprehensive insurance are processed by the Japan Overseas Railway System Association. General export insurance refers to trade insurance that cover losses incurred through the inability to export goods by exporter. Lastly, I'll be talking about do's and don'ts of export. So what you can do, there are 4 things that you can do. Always think compliance. Second one is organize your process and paperwork. Third is bring in expert. And the fourth one is ensure your shipments. What you shouldn't do is don't presume, avoid making promises you can't keep. Don't overlook import controls and related factors, export markets. Fourth one is avoid generalization. That's all from us. Thank you.